Your Lordship, this is an anticipatory bail application. At the very outset, I would bring it to Your Lordship's notice.
Yes, Mr. Bhatia. This has been created.
Yes.
Unnecessary to this court.
Yes.
I know
But
it.
Your Lordship, I must say this as
Mr.
officer
Bhatia.
of the court.
Mr.
Yes.
Bhatia, is it not a fair duty? Is it not a duty of the councils who are making submission before the Honorable Supreme Court? I self asked this question to myself. Whether the council who is assisting or who is appearing in the Supreme Court should have not informed what is the actual position in the High Court of Chhattisgarh.
Before I go on merits, I want to state something before Your Lordship.
Yes,
on
Mr.
the first opportunity that I get as officer of the court, I will point out to the court that this is the status and the case was taken up.
No. I'm not putting you, Mr. Bhatia, I'm not putting any blame on anybody.
I know, Your Lordship.
But yes, Mr. Bhatia.
Yes, I'm grateful, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, this is an anticipatory bail application. At the very outset, I would bring it to Your Lordship's notice two important facts. One, that one of the co-accused has already been granted bail. So his anticipatory bail application listed before Your Lordship is infructuous. He was granted.
No. Who has granted the anticipatory bail?
The magistrate's court.
Where is the order?
Order, Your Lordship, the counsel assisting me, Mr. Aman Saxena, would hand over the copy of the order to Your Lordship.
ये कौन है?
This
item number 18.
So why I'm bringing this to Your Lordship's notice? Because there were three anticipatory bail applications.
Yes.
One of the accused, while he moved the Supreme Court, was arrested. Such was the rush in a civil matter, which has been turned into a criminal matter. Then he applied for bail. Under section 420, read with section 34, he's been granted bail.
Which accused has been arrested, Mr. Bhatia?
Kavish Gupta.
The present MCRC, this 1434 is. Yes.
The third, yes, the number will, Mr. Aman Saxena, my colleague.
Which has to be dismissed as withdrawn?
18, my lord.
18. All right. MCRC 1434 has already been dismissed as withdrawn. That the trial court has granted regular bail.
My lord.
Regular bail.
Yes.
So
this stands disposed of. And it has a very important bearing also for two reasons, Your Lordship.
Yes.
I will show the facts which would show that this is a civil dispute turned into a criminal one. Yes. While I was moving to the Supreme Court, I was apprehended and arrested. Such rush. And then I was granted bail by the magistrate court. Now coming to the two applications that are before Your Lordship.
Yes.
It is alleged in the FIR. My company is KK Spun India Limited. Your Lordship may know.
Yes.
The FIR says that all three co-accused persons are directors. Now, one of the applicant before Your Lordship is not a director, but he is a chartered accountant. That is Mr. Vinod Kumar Mittal. So, there are two applications before Your Lordship. One is of Himanshu Gupta, who is a director. The other is of Vinod Kumar Mittal, who is a chartered accountant, not a director. So he is just fulfilling.
आप अपने डायरेक्टरशिप की कंपनियों का लिस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट फाइल किए हो क्या? Under the registration of companies act.
Your Lordship, my application, it is not there in the application for Himanshu Gupta, but I will demonstrate, Your Lordship, that this dispute, all the allegations that have been made are not.
No, Mr. Bhatia, you are saying that Mr. Vinod Kumar Mittal is CA, whether he is director of the company or not.
No, he's not.
And what is the document you have filed it in along with your petition?
My petition itself on affidavit I have shown in Your Lordship.
No.
My lord.
Whether the certificate, whether the document issued by the registrar of the companies under the Companies Act is available on record.
Your Lordship may have page 53.
Yes.
And I am referring to the Vinod Kumar Mittal application.
Yes.
Your Lordship would see it says KK Spun India Limited.
हाँ आप
And
तो
your
सीधा
Lordship,
सीधा एक मिनट मिस्टर भाटिया,
yes,
हमको जहां तक याद आ रहा है कंपनीज एक्ट में कुछ प्रावधान है
हाँ जी,
कि किसमें सर्टिफिकेट का डिक्लेयर करते हैं कि रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ कंपनी का एक लिस्ट निकलती है कि हु आर द डायरेक्टर ऑफ दिस कंपनीज, ठीक
right,
है ना? तो
right.
वो ये तो थोड़ा अलग टाइप की दिख रही है, हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है
Page
कि
55, my lord.
मिस्टर वेट मिस्टर, when senior is making submission, please wait. What is the format? There is some format under the Companies Act. So far as old Companies Act, the form number 32, I think. Now, in new act also, I don't know.
No, your
But
Lordship
there is some
is right.
format.
Your
There is some
Lordship is
format.
right. So, Your Lordship, what happens in these companies, Your Lordship?
Yes.
Generally, the names of the directors are available because queries are made on the portal of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as well. But page
Yes.
55, Your Lordship's query, though it is
Yes.
not relevant, but I will answer it because Your Lordship's conscience has to be satisfied. So, Your Lordship may have page 55 and see the name of the directors. Page 55, bottom of the page.
Hmm.
It says Himanshu Gupta.
Hmm.
It says Kavish Gupta.
Hmm.
So these two accused, and the third accused is Mr. Mittal, who's not named here also, and I have averred in my affidavit also, my petition, that he's a chartered accountant connected with the company in his professional capacity. So it is clear from this document as well as my pleadings as well. But now,
Yes.
Your Lordship, let me just give out the details of the case. What happened here was, Your Lordship, KK Spun India Limited, of which one of us, Himanshu Gupta, is a director, the other is a chartered accountant. He gave a subcontract, Your Lordship, to one company named Maheshwari Builders, of which the complainant is a partner.
Whether
On
complaint
the-
has been added as party? Complaint has been added as party or not?
Your Lordship, I'll just check.
Yes.
Your Lordship, he's not a party. It is state of Chhattisgarh who's a party.
No, the complainant, when the certain allegations were put by the complainant, he also be added as party and make submissions.
Your Lordship, if it is necessary, let me just place the arguments. It might not even be necessary. I'll show why. Just
Achha,
allow me
bataiye.
some time, and if Your
Yes,
Lordship is satisfied, then today maybe Your Lordship will see the reason why I'm before Your Lordship for interim protection. Your Lordship,
Yes.
before I go there, one important fact, I'll be failing in my duty if I do not point out that.
Yes.
There are both the directors had moved the Supreme Court also for protection.
Yes, I am aware.
Your Lordship is aware. So it is my duty to point out the
No,
honorable.
yes, I am aware.
Yes,
Don't
Your
worry.
Lord. So, Your Lordship, those two orders in sum and substance protected both of us till my application for anticipatory bail is
It's
disposed of.
considered by this court. Now we are considering the case.
On the merits.
On
Yes.
the merit, the Honorable Supreme Court has also directed for consider the case
Yes,
on merit.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We are aware of this.
Yes.
We are aware of
Your
the
Lordship,
order.
I thought I must not forget to mention that because Your Lordship.
No,
should
I
be-
am aware. The
Yes, Your Lordship.
word chronological order has been interpreted by your counterpart in such a manner. We are all aware, don't worry. And today, the matter is listed in routine course. This is the
Yes,
practice. Probably the lawyers who are appearing in the Supreme Court is not aware how fastly we are dealing with the anticipatory bail.
Your
This is the
Lordship,
whole
I bow
brass
down.
says- Yes,
bow
Mr.
down.
Bhatia.
I bow down.
This has been created
Yes.
unnecessary to this court.
Yes.
I know
But
it.
Your Lordship, I
No,
must say this as
Mr.
officer
Bhatia,
of the court.
Mr.
Yes.
Bhatia, is it not a fair duty? Is it not a duty of the councils who are making submission before the Honorable Supreme Court? I self asked this question to myself, whether the council who is assisting or who is appearing in the Supreme Court should have not informed what is the actual position in the High Court of Chhattisgarh.
Absolutely, Your Lordship, it is a duty.
We know it.
There-
Yes, Mr. Bhatia, we know it.
And Your
I know
Lordship,
it.
before I go on merits, I want to state something before Your Lordship.
Yes,
On
Mr.
the
Bhatia.
first opportunity that I get as officer of the court, I will point out to the court that this is the status and the case was taken
No,
up.
no,
That is
no,
my
no,
duty.
no, no, no. I am
Maybe
not
in
putting
another
you, Mr. Bhati, I am not putting any blame
No,
on
I
anybody.
know, Your Lordship.
But I am asking myself when this manner in which this High Court is working, within a
Right.
week the anticipatory bail is being heard. Your matter was listed on 6th December and thereafter today is 19th. And because of the holiday from Monday, the matter is listed today, the diary is available with us. So how fastly we are functioning?
Your Lordship, that is correct. So I think,
Yeah,
my colleague
that should be the speed. The lawyer who are making submission on before the honorable. Why are they tarnishing our reputation when we are within a week? In which High Court the bail are being come up for hearing?
Yes. Your Lordship, I bow down to that observation.
Yes, now
And
I'll
in-
go on merit.
Yes, Your Lordship,
Yes.
I'll argue on merits and
Yes.
I bow down to what Your Lordship has said. So,
Yes.
Your Lordship, what happened then? Your Lordship will appreciate KK Spun
Yes.
gets an contract from Municipal Corporation Satna.
Hmm.
So KK Spun is the company whose director is before Your Lordship. Now
Yes.
KK Spun issues an LOI of subcontracting to one Maheshwari Builders.
Yes.
Maheshwari Builders, the partner was the complainant, Mr. Nayyar.
Hmm.
He requests KK Spun that you please give the contract not to Maheshwari Builders but to Ansh Infrastructure, where I've been told he is the sole proprietor. So that is annexed, Your Lordship, in the petition at page 27. And we say, okay, fine, if you wish to undertake, you undertake the completion of the project. This is setting up of STP plans.
Hmm.
What happens, Your Lordship, that Ansh, and I will demonstrate, does not perform as per the agreement that it had entered with my company, KK Spun.
Yes.
The FIR states, Your Lordship, and this is very important,
Yes.
that he had only completed around 21% of the work, whereas the payment made to him, Your Lordship may note these two figures which will have a bearing. The first figure, the total amount as alleged in the FIR, is 2 crore 56 lakh on completion of the project. I have paid him 1 crore 32 lakh. He admits that. And Your Lordship, it is clear from the termination of my contract done by the Satna Municipal Corporation that only 11% of the work was done. So when he completes 11% of the work, I have already paid him 50% of the payment. He goes and he arm twists me. After 2.5 years, at a belated stage, he lodges a complaint and an FIR is registered. So, Your Lordship, my first point is that when there is a civil dispute, as held by Your Lordship also, I've appeared in a number of matters, as well as the Supreme Court, can it be turned into a criminal offense? One. Two, Your Lordship, a commercial transaction where you complete 11% of the work, I make 50% of the payment to you, you don't take recourse to a civil remedy, and then you file a complaint and then you want me to get arrested. Now, Your Lordship, this is important. 2 page numbers I want to give regarding the payment. Your Lordship may look at the FIR. Your Lordship may come to the FIR, which is at page 15. The FIR starts, Your Lordship. And Your Lordship may come to the point, page 15, Your Lordship.
Yes.
They say 25% of the work is what I've done.
Yes.
In the FIR, Your Lordship.
Yes. Page number?
Your Lordship, it starts at page 15. Aman, Your Lordship, if I may request him, page 15, the FIR starts. And at page 17,
Yes.
he himself, Your Lordship, says that I have only completed around 25% of the work. Your Lordship may see page page 17, and from the bottom, it is the eighth line from the bottom.
Yes.
Your Lordship will see the line starts from ऊपर कंपनी के डायरेक्टरों ने बहुत अधिक दबाव बना रखा था, फिर मैंने काम करते हुए लगभग 25% एसटीपी का पूरा कर दिया, जिसमें पूरा पैसा मैंने ही लगाया था. So FIR says 25%. Now my agreement, I have suffered, Your Lordship, my agreement is cancelled by the Municipal Corporation of Satna. Your Lordship may come to page 45. Your Lordship has page 45?
Yes.
Your Lordship may notice bottom of the page again. The word is Sanyukta Sehmati. That is the paragraph I am placing for Your Lordship's consideration.
Yes.
संयुक्त सहमति के आधार पर कार्य योजना के अनुसार आपको Your Lordship, it is not legible. I am very sorry, Your Lordship.
No problem.
2 माह के अंदर 82 किलोमीटर सीवर लाइन पूर्ण रूप से डालने पूर्व में डाली गई. तो 96 किलोमीटर सीवर लाइन डलनी थी, Your Lordship. And Your Lordship may notice the last line because it says निर्धारित लक्ष्य का मात्र 11%. Page 17.
Yes.
निर्धारित लक्ष्य का 11%. 11% काम इन्होंने किया. I suffer. My contract is terminated by the municipal corporation. I have made 50% of the payment to him. He in the FIR says 25%. Now you have an arbitration clause in the agreement. You have a civil remedy available. You file a 420. So my next point, Your Lordship, is that for 420, Your Lordship is aware the intention to cheat should be there since inception. You are accepting all payments from me. After 2.5 years, you wake up from your slumber sleep and you file a FIR against me. Is it since inception? No. Then very importantly, Your Lordship, under the agreement, he was to complete the entire work within 3 months. Within 3 months. Your Lordship, he crossed 3-month period also. So I also, when you can't honor the agreement, I cannot make further payments to you, nor can I, continue with you, because there are some important clauses which I wish to place.
Yes.
Your Lordship, page 28 is the work order issued to Ansh by KK Pan. Your Lordship may now come to page 30. Your Lordship has page 30?
Yes. बताइए.
Yes. So 4 clauses I will refer to. Have I acted in spirit of the agreement, or have I violated the agreement, or who is violated? It is you who is violated. Clause 9. Your Lordship, on page 30, clause 9. Your Lordship has page 30.
Yes. The subcontractor.
That the subcontractor shall submit the work plan to the contractor within 15 days from the date of signing of this agreement. That the subcontractor do hereby covenant that the project for construction of admin building STP3 will be completed by them within a period of 3 months. Your Lordship, the next clause is clause 15. I can withhold his payment if the work is not up to the mark. Clause 15. Clause 15.
Yes.
That any payment withheld by the employer from the RA bills of the contractor due to non-performance or any other reason in respect of the work in the scope of subcontractor under the agreement, the same will be to the account of the subcontractor. So this goes a step further, Your Lordship. If my payments are also held by the municipal corporation, I can also hold his payments. Next clause is clause 29, which is very important.
Yes.
Page 38. It starts with the words that in case. That Your Lordship has page 35.
Yes. Which clause you are to read, please?
Clause 29.
All right.
that in case the subcontractor does not perform as required under the contract, and it's observed that they are facing in respect of progress or quality of work lacking, your lordship, I'm sorry, it is lacking, not facing, lacking in respect of progress or quality of work, the contractor, without prior notice to the subcontractor, reserves the right to award part or whole of the balance work to another agency or may carry out such jobs at itself at the risk and cost of the subcontractor. The expenses incurred towards this shall be recovered from the bill of the subcontractor. And your lordship, last clause 32 may be noted for arbitration. So I have shown your lordship, this is the essence of the agreement. You don't perform your duties, then you want to arm twist. And if your lordship wants, I can take your lordship through the judgments on 2-3 points. One, the intention to cheat should be at the inception, which is not here. Two, a civil remedy when available, a civil dispute cannot be converted into a criminal dispute, your lordship, as also held in many of the judgments, your lordship. And thus, your lordship, keeping that in mind, today when I'm protected by the Honorable Supreme Court, the co-accused has been enlarged on bail by the trial court, your lordship. I would only suggest and pray to your lordship that protect me. I'm willing to cooperate in the investigation. This is nothing but arm twisting, your lordship.
Yes, yes. You are Mr. Dubey, you are for?
I am for the objector.
Yes, yes. What is you want to say?
As far as their work order is concerned,
Yes.
Manoj, why the intention to cheat appears prima facie, Manoj?
Yes.
As per my understanding. They have issued our work order on 30/12/2020.
Yes.
And it is with respect to Zone 3 of the sewage treatment plant, Manoj. On 7/2/2020, that work has already been
Yes, sir.
descoped. That work had already been descoped. Why were they issuing this work order then?
Yes, this
Your
is the order.
Lordships.
I have read it.
I
in
have
the
those
FIR.
papers.
फाइल कर दीजिए. Yes.
जी.
और क्या?
Yes, sir. Your Lordships, as far as the lower court, if your Lordships would permit me,
Yes.
I have the lower court order with me. I
Yes.
just obtained it around lunchtime, my lord.
Yes, yes.
The lower court bail that has been by the learned trial court, my lords, it is because he is suffering from thalassemia, first thing, and there are no antecedents. Whereas, as per my understanding and my knowledge and my instructions, he has antecedents. The other co-accused,
Yes.
Kavish Gupta. And this person also has.
To us.
Yes, my lords. I have the copy of the FIR also, my lords.
Against them.
Against him and the other person at serial number 20, Himanshu Gupta and Kavish Gupta both. Antecedents are also there.
But that was not. केविश गुप्ता तो खत्म हो गया था वहां जाते. तो हिमांशु गुप्ता है और ये विनोद मित्तल है. दिखाइए, तुम बताइए पास क्रिमिनल रिकॉर्ड.
My lord, you declared in paragraph 3.
Mr. Aman, wait. When the opposite counsel is making submission, please wait.
My lord, this is the copy of the FIR we could obtain, my lord.
Yes. सबमिशन मेमो लेके फाइल कर दीजिए.
These-
आप कॉपी इनको भी दे दीजिए. सबमिशन मेमो लेके फाइल कर दीजिए.
Yes, sir. It is a crime number 344. It is a part of the diary.
अच्छा है.
Yes, sir.
है इनके खिलाफ ना.
कंप्लेंट है राजकुमार पालीवाल.
हाँ.
ये 2022 का है.
अच्छा.
इस पे
हाँ.
एलिगेशन है. ये मैं छड़ क्रय करने तो इकरार कर हमारी कंपनी से सरिया छड़ क्रय करना प्रारंभ किया. क्या स्पून इंडिया के संचालकों हिमांशु गुप्ता, कविश गुप्ता, सुरजीत श्रीवास्तव, राकेश सिंह अनिल बाबू के द्वारा मांग पत्र के आधार पर विभिन्न साइट के सरिया अलग अलग साइट पर कंपनी द्वारा उनके बताए गए स्थानों पर विभिन्न माध्यमों के भेजा गया. इनका ऑफिस रजिस्टर्ड IDC सेट नंबर 103, स्कीम नंबर 1, ओखला इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया फेज 2, नई दिल्ली साउथ है, जिसका कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिस 10वां तल, टावर ए मास्कर, मथुरा रोड है, पंजाब हरियाणा. उनके मांग पत्र के आधार अभी तक लगभग 961/94 मीट्रिक टन सरिया छड़ उनके बताए गए स्थानों पर भेजा गया है, जिसमें से 147.580 मीट्रिक टन सरिया छड़ का पेमेंट नहीं किया गया, जिसकी कुल कीमत 1,02,51,852 रुपए. प्रीवियस एक जो FIR और है इसका जो प्रीवियस
All are in the part of your diary.
यस मैडम दिस पार्ट ऑफ द आवर डायरी मैडम।
Yeah.
और उसके बाद एक दिनेश अग्रवाल का कंप्लेंट है मैडम, उसमें FIR तो नहीं है,
हाँ.
कंप्लेंट है उसकी, वो पुलिस जो SP को किए हैं, ये पार्ट ऑफ द डायरी है।
Yes, Mr. Dubey.
My lords, one article I could obtain online.
Yes.
But see, this is an article, so my lords, heavy reliance is not placed. But CBI has also filed some investigation with.
Against them.
My lords, this is what appears from the article, but it is a newspaper article, so I have my own reservations with respect.
All right. We'll verify against them.
My lords, it appears from the article, my lords. I have.
Show me. Yes.
Counsel for the CBI further stated, my lords, this is.
Your Lordship, may I assist Your Lordship on this point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. Yes. Your Lordship, first of all, when they are talking about antecedents, the two applications that are pending, one of them, the CA, Chartered Accountant, wouldn't have any antecedents. What they are saying is for the other person who's a director. So, Your Lordship, even for that, I must point out that allegations were made, but I was granted anticipatory bail in both the cases, and it is part of my application also. And Your Lordship is aware that if there is another case, that would not influence the outcome of this anticipatory bail application, because ultimately, to be free, I need to have court orders or protection in all cases, Your Lordship. And I must also say, Your Lordship, if anticipatory bail has been granted in the other two cases, seeing the seriousness of the offense itself and my role, that can't, create a hurdle here in my anticipatory bail application where my case is, good on merit, Your Lordship. Second, Your Lordship, I must also point out, this is a very relevant fact I wish to reiterate. I thought the other side will bring it up. In the FIR, they make an allegation, this is part 2 of the FIR, regarding a forged bill that was given by me. And Your Lordship may just have one page to see the conduct. The authority where they allege that I have given a forged bill writes a letter, it is on page 51. It clearly says that no bill under their name was presented by me and no payment was made. But it becomes more important because the conduct is such that they are trying to create, mischievous allegations which do not stand scrutiny. Your Lordship may just see page 51.
Yes.
Page 51, Your Lordship. Last paragraph I am placing for Your Lordship's consideration. FIR clearly stated that I have forged a bill, Your Lordship. That is why other sections would be invoked someday if they will be invoked. I can't say anything on that. But this letter, he is a consultant for the Municipal Corporation of Satna, and this is what they say. In this regard, it is hereby confirmed that as per records of Nagar Nigam Katni, no bill as per details given above has been received by Nagar Nigam Katni, and no payment against the above said bill has been made by Nagar Nigam Katni. If no bill has been, made, presented, why are you putting it in the FIR? It is all a bogus FIR, Your Lordship, without even ascertaining facts, just to trouble me. And I bow down to Your Lordship's majesty to give an undertaking. Whatever conditions are imposed, I will cooperate in the investigation and the truth will come out, Your Lordship. But a businessman and an entrepreneur cannot be troubled like this, Your Lordship. Otherwise, nobody would ever undertake these tasks.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. State. Yes, Dubey. Mr.
It's only in the lower court order, it has been specifically mentioned that he has no antecedents. And that is why he's being granted bail. And the second point is that he's suffering from thalassemia. But what kind of thalassemia he's suffering from, at what stage the thalassemia is, that has not been known. There are 3 forms Your Lordships are aware of as far as thalassemia is concerned. One does not require treatment, one requires blood transfusion, and the third is stem cell therapy, as per my understanding.
Yes.
So they've hidden that fact from the trial court also, while antecedents are.
Now they have been granted regular bail, na?
Yes, my lords.
So that chapter of Mr. Kavish Gupta is over.
Yes.
Now only these 2 cases are. Yes. Yes, Mr. Bajpayee.
Yes, as per the FIR, that work order issued on 30/12/2020, whereas the tender was terminated on 21/4/2020, 8 months prior to the
21.
work order.
यस कब वर्क ऑर्डर कब कैंसिल हुआ है?
वर्क ऑर्डर 21/4/2020 को टर्मिनेट कर दिया गया,
21/4/2020
4/2020।
और इनको वर्क ऑर्डर कब दिया?
6/4/2021, your lordship, the date is not correct. I'm sorry, your lord. The date is 6/4/2021, page 45,
All right.
terminated.
All right. Yes.
What he is saying, it is a part of the diary. It is a terminated 21/4/2020. Thereafter, they prefer an appeal which has been decided on 6/4/2021. It is a part of the diary.
Yes.
Your lordship, your lordship, I am sorry to intervene. The contract work order issued to Maheshwari Builders is of 30/12/2020. So as I pointed out, 3 months time was given to them to complete. They don't complete. It crosses 3 months. On 6th of April 2021, it is a matter of record. The subcontract is terminated. There can't be any dispute on that. What the case diary says is not the concern. I have annexed all the documents, your lordship, and I am not privy to the case diary. So it is clear that, your lordship, after I terminated, to seek vengeance and to get the dues clear, their arm twisting, filing this complaint. Your lordship.
And yes, please.
And can you see the arbitration agreement, madam? Arbitrator is Himanshu Gupta, who is one of the accused. Kindly see page 30, para 32 of the contractor. How can it will be?
But that is not to be adjudicated in this court. If you are aggrieved, there are other civil remedies also, your lordship.
Yes,
At that
yes.
point of time, he was not an accused.
Yes, Mr. Bajpayee. Yes,
I
yes.
will read the मेरा अनुबंध की समाप्ति के निलंबन से वापसी कार्यादेश क्रमांक 100 इस कार्यालय का अनुबंध निरस्तगी पत्र क्रमांक 4/अमृत/नगर निगम सतना /2020 दिनांक 21/4/2020।
Yes. Argument heard.
Your lordship, one more point can I make? I'll just take a minute or two. This is
Yes.
relevant to your lordship. Page 11, when my anticipatory bail was dismissed, your lordship, legally speaking, it cannot be also upheld for the reason the Sessions Court on page 13 notes,
Yes.
your lordship, that since there would be investigation or there is investigation going on under section 466, 467, 468, 471 and 409. Therefore, I am dismissing. But your lordship, the only section that has been invoked is 420 read with 34. Investigation can go on under any section. Those have not been added. So that can't be a consideration to deny me anticipatory bail. That is on page 13, bottom paragraph. That is part of the reasoning, your lord.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Argument heard, Digger. Much.
Your lordship is reserving
Very.
the...
Yes. Yes. We'll pass.
All right. I'm deeply obliged, your lordship, for the kind indulgence.
Highly oblige your lordships.